Ja, jeg har siddet og blandet i mange
Godt.
tid nu.
Så det betyder, så er vi online storm. Og så burde de ikke kunne høre mig.
Okay.
Og så starter vi over på det smukke billede her.
Yes.
Og jeg starter så pænt med at
Jamen, jeg holder.
lave en hel masse opdateringer.
Det gør jeg også bare.
Cool.
Jeg starter jo.
But can the viewers see us or listen to us now?
Ja, du
Yeah,
starter.
they can hear us now.
Okay, so we're live, and
Wonderful.
we have
So,
the
go,
guy
go.
with the landscape playmat. He is playing an underground sea. Simon, do we know what these players are on? What are the? Okay, a Library of Alexandria from the
Yeah, he should be
other guy.
the troll player, and the other one should be composition A.
Okay,
Scotland.
so I'm guessing
Go.
that the one with the landscape playmat is composition A, and the others is
Yes.
it disco troll.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sapphire.
so it's pretty tough with the Library of Alexandria active, because you should think that the composition A player would play cards like Sinkhole.
Yeah, precisely.
So he's already behind on points.
Yeah.
And now he's playing something.
Hypnotic Spectre.
Okay, he's playing a Hypnotic Spectre. It's going to be interesting if it gets Lightning Bolt right away.
Yeah.
Or maybe countered.
Yeah.
It gets countered.
Okay. Ja, så dig.
And now this is a very important point in the game, because now it can go very, very wrong if you don't do anything about the Library of Alexandria in, well, this turn or the two next ones. You would hope to get an Underworld Dreams or a Black Vice.
Yeah.
If you have any wish to compete against it. Oh, that's the Triskelion.
Yeah.
So now the pressure's on.
Yeah.
Så er det din tur.
But now the troll player is tapped out, so now it's time to make your move.
Lægge en Jusam-Gen.
And we see a Jusam-Gen. Pretty strong move.
Så er det dig.
Yeah.
Now that Triskellion's not quite as intimidating.
Yeah.
But you can't really attack with the Jusam-Gen, because you would lose the race.
Yeah.
Because you get 1 damage during your upkeep. So what's the strategy? Would you attack and let your opponent attack? Because he's going to win with those counters in the end. Okay, he's going to Lightning Bolt.
Ja.
Så vil jeg godt skyde.
And remove 2 counters to do the 5 damage. But why wouldn't you wait? Wouldn't you wait until it's your opponent's upkeep to give him 1 more damage?
Yeah, but since he's playing blue, I think maybe he's scared that it could meet a counter spell or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Og så er det dig.
Simon, I'm going just a few seconds. I'll be back.
Prøv at lægge en ko mere.
Ja.
Det.
Then there came another Jusam-Gen.
I slutningen af din tur. Eller, det ved jeg ikke, hvornår, når det bliver min.
Ja, det er dig.
I slutningen af min tur, så vil jeg godt bruge Ancestral Recall.
End of turn Ancestral. Also a pretty good draw. So now he has a full hand plus cards. So the library is not active.
Friis Factory.
Mm-hmm.
This time it's Group 1, Chriastian Jensen on disc controls versus Friis Løfting with composition A. And it's me and Henrik Storm that's commentating.
Jeg kan godt spille en Demonic Tutor.
Okay, Demonic Tutor.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, quite a lot's happened since I was gone.
Yeah.
Another Jusum Jin.
Yeah, so that was the first thing he did in his turn.
Yeah, so a Mistress Factory and a Fellow Stone.
Yeah. He also used the Ancestral.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see it. And Demonic Tutor.
Yes.
Yeah. But you would think, even though that on the board state that the composition A is slightly ahead with the big creature,
Yeah.
The guy with the Library of Alexandria, he's just too much ahead on cards right now, and he's played the Demonic Tutor so he can construct his hand almost like what piece he needs from his deck to get out of this
Så vil jeg
situation.
godt lægge en Chaos op.
And he did. He
Okay.
got the Chaos up.
Yeah.
Og den vil jeg godt aktivere.
Ja.
Would you aggressively
skyde
go for the
en
Jusum
to.
Jin right now,
Okay.
or just let him? Why not let him take the
Ligger
damage
den
and
der.
see what it does?
Again, he's playing white.
Yep.
What if he disenchants in response?
Oh, den
Yeah, I
ikke
know, but
Yeah.
for 2 i skade.
but
og
what
så er
what
det
would
din
a
tur.
composition A player play otherwise? You would assume he would play Underworld Dreams, and you would assume that he would play Balance.
And Mind Twist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Time Walker.
Time Walk.
Det er i orden.
Okay, maybe just to draw another card.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting to see again.
Underworld
The
Dreams.
Mistress. Oh, there we had the
Yes.
Underworld Dreams.
Yeah.
Almost every deck in Old School
Men det er
has
mig. Det vil
the
godt
Mistress
trække
Factory
for.
in their
Tager en
decks.
skade.
So he missed
So
Og
drawing the
en
card
til
before the
kort på 2.
oh yeah,
resolved. Yeah.
But getting back to the Mistress Factory debate, I think it's very interesting that if you want to build an Old School deck, you almost have it's an auto include in almost
Hvor
every
mange
deck.
kort har du på
Yeah.
hånden?
Jeg har 3.
Okay.
So if it is almost an auto include in every deck, is it the best deck? Is it the best creature in all of Old School? I once saw a top 10. I think it was the guy who does what's he called? He talks a lot. I think he's called Edwin the Engineer.
Mind Twist for 2.
Yeah.
Mind Twist for 3.
He once made a
Yeah,
top 10,
det er helt afhængigt.
and I think he ranked Mistress
Og
Factory
det
as
var
the number
Regrowth
one
Lightning
card,
Bolter.
creature card. Oh, that's devastating.
Yeah.
Så vil jeg godt trække
Now you
kort.
would hope to get
Tager en skade.
the balance
Yeah.
to even things out.
Og
Attack for
angriber
4.
for 4.
Yeah. But what would you activate
Og jeg
the factory
skal-
now?
Skal lige tænke.
He's tapped out your
Okay.
opponent
Yeah,
to
of
get rid
course.
of one of the creatures. And wouldn't you be? You would probably take the Triskelion, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just to be able to kill it.
Yeah.
Because
to
if
remove the
you
counters.
use it against the other one, then Trisk can kill it.
Yeah.
And then he would still have a 1/1 Trisk.
Eller blokere din forskellige.
Ja. Okay.
Den er 2, ikke?
Jo, det er rigtigt. Så dør min Triskelion.
Ja.
Og din dør også?
Det gør også, den er Summoning Sickness.
Ja.
Oh, it's Summoning Sickness. Ah!
Okay. Så får du bare 2.
Yeah. So they both die.
Yeah.
Og jeg discarder en City of Brass.
Okay.
Og så er det din tur.
Yeah. Yeah, I would also wait until I can pump it, so to be sure it stays alive. Yeah. I agree.
The guy that's playing troll, would he play? He would play Shadow main deck, wouldn't he? At least one, two.
Maybe one or two, yeah.
Yeah.
But not a complete playset.
No, because he has to have something to deal with the moat.
Yeah.
Or abyss.
Yeah, but I'm guessing he has a Neural's disc. Now comes the troll, so.
Yeah. So he has his defense in order now.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. One
Another
more
one.
troll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Og så er det din tur.
And this is a very, very, very strong card right now. Because now he's able to defend and attack.
Yeah.
Jamen, så er det dig.
You would assume that he would attack with both trolls, right?
Yeah, let's see. It's a 2/2 that gets +1/+1 as long as you control the swamp, and it regenerates for black. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, but he has to attack, right? Because otherwise, the Underworld Dreams is going to
destroy him before.
Yeah.
So.
He can't be passive.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hvor vi vil godt gøre sådan der. Så jeg har en untapped Badlands.
Okay, we're going to see a big spell now.
Yeah.
Chriastian.
With 3 counters.
Yeah.
Og der er lidt glare på.
The light is a bit off. Okay, he's going to move it. Now you can see it. But how did he only put 2 counters on?
Yeah, he has the last of the
Man
hand.
kan vist godt se.
Yeah, okay.
Og så vil jeg godt angribe med de her 2 trolde.
Yeah.
And he did what we expected. He attacks with both because now he can shoot 1 extra damage with the Chriastian to kill the Suchi
if he needs to,
wants, yeah, if he wants to block. And he has 1 black mana to regenerate his troll.
Yeah. And hi, Niklas. Very nice to see you on the stream also. And as Alpha Card 2 points out, Shatter doesn't destroy the moat. No, that's true. Shatter only takes artifacts.
Jeg må hellere lade dem gå ind.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So now he's at 8,
Og så er det
and the other player's at 13.
Det er dig.
Okay. And that was just a go. Would you just then attack with everything, or?
Why not? I mean, why not go for the kill? You would assume that your opponent, that you would have a counter,
Så
right?
jeg godt prøve at angribe med det hele.
But I think he should attack with the Mistress Factory as well.
Ja, så vil jeg gerne
Because
blokere din
if he can block 1 Swords to Plowshare, or maybe Disenchant or something like that.
Yeah.
Og du får 6 i skade.
Okay, he only has 1 white mana.
And then there's a question: do you know if they can hear you?
Det er fint nok. Jeg tager
They can't hear us on the stream or anything, but of course they would be able to hear us if they have our stream open. But since their mic is open and we can't hear ourselves as an echo, they shouldn't be able to hear us.
And now we have the situation that I was talking about. He blocked the correct creature, and he still has 2 points life. And if he had attacked with the Mistress Factory, his opponent would have been dead.
Er det bedre?
Okay.
So, because he didn't attack with the Mistress Factory,
But
he bought his opponent an extra turn.
yeah, but he blocked. So why didn't he just shoot him for 3 and then let the 2 trolls go through for 6 damage?
He should have done that also. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't.
So I'm quite sure they can't hear us.
Yeah. But again, this is also a very interesting concept, because I felt it myself the other day when I was playing a very, very difficult match. You tend to make a lot of mistakes when you have a lot of possibilities,
Okay.
Yeah.
and your pulse is pumping
Jeg
because
knækker en fabrik.
you really think
Ej,
that
det-
it's
så
an
det-
exciting
Det her var, hvad jeg havde på hånden.
experience,
Gå ind og gør.
Yeah.
and that's when all the
det
mistakes
var også, jeg trak godt nok også lige
begin to happen.
power
Yeah.
og
And
mana
it's
drain.
easy
Ja,
for
ja,
us
du kom ind
as
i den der rulle
commentators
der,
to
hvor det-
to,
Ja, det var
to
altså-
see every little
Demonic
mistake,
Tutor ind i
to
Mindflip,
analyze
og
every
ja,
little thing that on
alle
the
de
board
unfair kort.
you do wrong.
Yeah.
Men omkring.
But I think
Yeah.
it's a very important
So
thing
it's
to
there
take in
for-
account
Yeah.
when you're watching old school matches, that a lot of the mistakes come out of having a lot of possibilities, and when you're thinking about them, that's when you oversee
Yeah.
sometimes the most simple plays. Like I said, you should attack with the factory, and you saw, hey, but he could also just have shot, remove the counters from the Tuscallion.
Yeah.
So actually, he had two choices, and he chose to do none of them.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter anyway. He
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the win
yeah. He
the
got the
turn
win.
after. But sometimes, if his opponent had a balance,
Yeah.
he would have maybe could turn the table.
Yeah. Balance and a wheel or time twister that will give 7 damage to him directly, you know. So
Yeah,
when having the Underworld Dreams active on the table,
yeah.
and he says, "Wait, why don't you take it on German also?"
Das kann wir auch. Ein
Yeah.
bisschen German is possible.
Yeah. I only know a very few cards names on German. One is the Dämonische Lehrmeister. That's awesome for demonic tutor.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, no. I think we're going to stick to the international language, you know, English.
We also know Ötland. I think that's Badlands.
Yeah.
But some of the cards, you would almost think that they're unglued names when you hear them in German.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Something I've been thinking about when I'm watching these matches is the choice in people's playmats. If you're an old school player and have a romantic or like a childhood feeling when you're playing this format, sometimes I wonder why people have playmats that represent today's Magic.
oh yeah.
Decks. Why not go totally old school and also play with old school playmats?
Yeah, I think in this case, Christian, with is that a? Yeah, it says legacy, but I also play that card in vintage, right?
Yeah, I think it's the one that can put counters on it, and when it dies, it puts in 1/1 flyers.
Yeah,
It's the workshop deck. I've
Yeah.
lost to that one a lot of times.
yeah. But I think it's because he said when he plays with a black playmat, the camera doesn't really focus, so he has to play one
Oh.
that's light, and this is the only light one he has.
But the funny thing is, if you have enough cash
Yeah,
to buy an 4 Jusum Jets, accessory card, power, how
Yeah.
come you don't invest in an old school playmat?
yeah. That I guess that's true, but Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with playing with not an old school playmat. I just think it's a fun thing
Yeah.
to think about.
Yeah.
Why not go all the way?
Og jeg går ud fra, at du gerne vil starte.
I have a
Ja,
Grand
det
Prix
gør jeg.
Copenhagen as my mouse mat, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, but you also play Fortnite with it,
Yeah, that's true.
so you're mixing it up all over the place.
yeah.
Jeg bliver
That's
nødt til
true.
at tage en mulligan.
Nej.
Well, to be honest, people play with mats of their special preferences. I have those cards, but I have newer kind. Yeah. Yeah, I guess also many of the playmats that I actually have were
Så jeg
playmats that
trækker
were
7
given to
kort,
me
og så
because
lægger
I've
1 i
competed
bunden.
in
Ja,
Grand
nemlig.
Prix Copenhagen and Eternal Weekend and stuff like this. So, yeah, some of them are like vintage cards because I also play vintage and I like that. And some of them gets
Sådan.
used as mouse mats and they're not like interesting, you know. Yeah.
Så holder jeg.
Okay.
And I would like to say again,
Stop
there's
playing.
nothing
Go.
wrong with playing with the playmat that you want to. I just think it's a funny thing
Yeah.
to think about sometimes. Why
Mm.
not? And if
Yeah.
people have their reasons,
Underground
that's
Sea.
okay.
Go.
So it's going to be interesting if
Factory,
the
go.
composition A can get back and take
I
this one, so
slutningen af
we
min tur.
can go into another match. Okay.
Recall.
So he starts
Så er
out
der ikke så
strong
meget
with the
mål igen.
Ancestral Recall.
Yeah.
And this is what power does. It just is this powerful.
Yeah.
That you can get ahead with one spell and just take 3 cards would take your opponent 3 turns to get if he doesn't play Ancestral Recall.
Yeah. So he almost gets 3 turns ahead, but
Yeah. But in the end, it's the board state that wins the game. If you're not able to play the cards on your hand, it doesn't matter.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But what would
Yeah,
we
he
think
has
that
8 cards.
what would the composition A play a sideboard in? You would think if he hasn't
Factory.
okay, he
Så dig.
has to discard a
Yeah.
card.
And
So you would
exploring
think
on
that-
the chat, you guys should see all the different kinds of playmats on NukeCon. A lot of their play with New School mats. I have Power 9 and I don't even play with playmat when I'm away on Old School tournaments. Some people are just like Jason Swartz. Yeah. I saw him shuffling the Alpha Black Lotus unsleeved. I was like, no. And he riffled, shuffled, and everything. Wow. So crazy, you know?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Så er det dig.
Okay.
Oh, that was
So we have
library.
Og du er på 7 kort.
6 kort.
He
So
has
now
6
it's-
cards in hand.
Okay.
Nej.
Okay, yeah. But it was crazy with Jason, to be honest. I had to go shake his hand just because he did that, you know? It's,
Strip 9.
yeah, crazy.
Og jeg vil godt fjerne dit library.
Wow.
Oh, okay, the strip mine.
Yeah.
Og...
Yes,
So
NukeCon player.
Simon, while we're watching this match, I was thinking there's a lot of different rules to Old School.
Jeg lægger en
And
Felberstone.
Old School
Okay.
is a
Din tur.
format that originates
på
from
hånden nu?
Sweden. Now that you're
Jeg
talking
har
about
6
NukeCon,
kort.
Yeah.
do we know how come there isn't a wider perspective on changing the Old School rules to be
Yes.
more global? We know that in America they play with
Yeah,
the
of
4
course,
strip
sure.
mines and they play with the
Så er det dig.
for Mrs. Workshop, for
Yeah.
example. It could be interesting to hear from people who've played both sides of these kind of tournaments. What is the difference?
Hmm.
Og hvad har du nede?
Or the difference in
Scrub
which
Link og 2
decks
factories.
are most competitive?
Så lægger jeg en set throw.
Because you would think that a land destruction
Right,
deck would be
sure.
much more competitive in a format where you have the ability to play with 4 strip mines.
Yeah.
Because we don't see that many land destruction decks in Danish Old School.
No, because Danish, they're very close to the Swedish, at least the banned and restricted list, and then we allow
Yeah.
reprints from Chronicles and 4th edition and 4 Black Border card. Yeah.
Yeah, but But now we see a lot of players, they play the Library of Alexandria, and you would think in a format where you're allowed to play with 4-strip mines that Library of
Det er
Alexandria
plovskærer
wouldn't
din,
be as
12.
powerful as it is in
Okay.
Danish Old School.
Yeah.
Because I know that there once was a debate about the power 10, and the power 10 was the 10th card would
Og så kommer den over for 2.
be known as the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
And I understand why, because I play it myself, and there are not 4-strip mines in Danish Old School, so I can very much see the reason to call it the power 10.
Yeah. It is quite a power card, to be honest.
Because sometimes you just lose to it when it drops turn 1.
Yeah, it's a crazy good card.
Okay, so now the Composition A player with he's pretty much ahead right now.
Yeah.
Okay, and now his opponent plays a Mace of If, and now we're back to square one.
Yeah.
Only the factories make the difference.
Yeah. And there he won't be attacking with both, since he has one.
Yeah, but now he can actually. Yeah, he can pump. If,
yeah.
Du har 4, eller?
I played the deck with Destruction Sector in the sideboard. Yeah. That was me. I've only been playing the deck at NoobCon, so yeah. And Magnus Kjell and everyone wanted to be how they played it at home when we was kids. Yeah. For me, I like the Swedish, but I also think that a more loose reprint strategy is the way to go. I don't want it as loose as in the States, where they allow different, maybe not the right printings, but I don't mind 4th edition, or as long as the card is like the same border and art, like the beat down box set, something with Sengia vampires and stuff like this, where they have the original art but copyrighted 95 or something. I still think they're okay, but I don't like the newer pictures, like the Channel Fireball, where they played with both foil and stuff, and that's not really me.
Det er en fabrik.
But Simon, I don't think that the Beatdowns was the original pictures. I think that they were different, but then there's the time scroll set where you have the flying men.
Yeah.
Reprint. Okay, now now you see the
yeah, I remember that match with the haunting winds. Yeah.
Now you see the strength of a card like Sinkhole in this matchup, where he can destroy the. Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
But why would you do this right now? Do you think you're behind, or because you're ahead on the board?
Yeah, but he only has one card in hand.
Yeah, I know. But why not do it in response to your opponent plays a threat on the board?
Jeg havde en counterspell.
He takes control of the match.
Og en Mind Twist.
Okay. So it was pretty good.
Jeg hentede Mind Twist af mig med
It was quite good.
Yeah.
I'll turn down their volume a little bit.
Sådan det modsatte af at være gentleman. Altså det er godt kort og like
Yeah. But let's see what the Composition A player then does.
And this is also a very critical moment oftentimes when you play the Time Twister, because I know you reset the hands, but the timing of playing a Time Twister is often the best time when you have mana open to play something of the cards that you, because in this case he's giving his opponent first crack at the new hand. And in many times, if your opponent gets the Mind Twist back, you really didn't do anything good for yourself.
Yeah.
But again, if his opponent chooses to Mind Twist, you have an attack where you can give 8 damage, and that's going to be pretty devastating, because then he'll be at 6 life.
Yeah.
his opponent, and then he has to build up the board.
Hvad foreslår Simon?
One moment.
Jeg ved ikke, om vi skal spørge, eller hvad gør man, altså, om man får en...
Discarder man den første, man får.
Det kunne også godt være.
Hvad er det for noget, I snakker om?
Det er fordi, at han time-twistet.
Ja.
Og jeg har trukket mine kort og sådan noget der, og nu kommer jeg i tanke om, at jeg har blandet en set scroll ind, der fik et svær. Var der ikke en set scroll, der fik et svær?
Jo, der var en set scroll, der fik et svær.
Hvad med, at du discarder den første, du trækker, hvis ikke du kan kende den, og så bare trækker et nyt kort?
Men det kan vi godt sige. Det er fint nok. Vi kan også fjerne en på dækket, altså, jeg kan så afsløre, jeg ikke... Ja.
Du ikke har en på hånden?
Jeg fik ikke lige en på hånden, men
nej,
altså...
kan du bare trække op?
Ja, fordi umiddelbart, så vil jeg sige, find en set scroll, bland hele hånden ind, og så tage en ny hånd.
Ja.
Fordi man kan sige, i og med, at man ikke er kommet længere, så forsøger man at genoprette den situation, man har.
Okay, ja. Det kan
ja, og hvad hedder det? Og det er en rigtig god hånd, jeg har, så...
det er det trælst.
Men jeg synes, er det ikke fair nok?
Jo, jeg gør det sådan. Ja. Det er rigtigt. Så kommer man, så er det de samme også, når
altså, jeg havde time walk og sådan noget. Jeg fjerner lige en set scroll. Det er også henne bagefter.
He shuffled in a set scroll. That was Swords to Plowshare. So he's just gonna do the time twister again, or the time twister without the extra set scroll, and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is pretty tough if you just got the right hand that you wanted.
Yeah. He had time walk and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to start over.
Yeah. I'm not sure what real judges would say, but I think in a case like this where he only took his hand and nothing has been revealed yet, then correct the situation as best as possible and then draw the cards.
Okay, so now we see what the time twister brought to the hand.
Yeah.
And right now you would actually just be happy to get a set scroll, because then you can, well, for the time being, stop some of the damage from your opponent, and maybe a lightning bolt would also be very nice right about now.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be happy to play the Nibbles disc, because you know that your opponent has the ability to disenchant, and probably he should have sideboarded in some divine offering or dust to dust.
Yeah. So now he's setting up a lot of mana.
He has enough to pay for the Triskelion.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he got the strip mine for one of the threats.
Okay, he doesn't do that.
No.
Maybe he's going to
play. Maybe he is going to play the disc.
Ah.
No, Guardian Beast. Okay. So and this is also the
combo. Oh yeah, the there it is.
So this is not the Mahmoudine that's playing right here. So we have two Guardian Beast combo decks.
Yeah. This is in a troll shell.
Yeah, but Mahmoudine's
also playing in the
also similar. To this. Maybe they have the same deck. I think we've seen a lot of the same cards right about now.
Yeah.
And also, he also played the Mistress what's it called? The Anson Maddox land that takes out a creature.
Oh, the mace?
Yeah. He also played the same combo. So maybe he's playing the same deck.
Yeah.
And it is very, very strong combo, because now he's able to do. Yeah, if he can successfully flip all the time, he has the ability to control his opponent's worst threat, and in time he is able to remove all his permanents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, wow. So he has to exile them, or take out the Guardian Beast.
Yeah. Right about now, a Swords to Plowshare would be very, very good.
Yeah. Plays his own soul ring.
It doesn't look like he has the Swords to Plowshare, because you would assume that you would use it right away, because you're not interested in your opponent untapping to be able to perhaps counter.
And then the giant cow comes online.
Okay, maybe he has this. No, he's tapping 2.
2 black for destroying a land.
Maybe.
Or a white for disenchant, but you can't really disenchant anything.
No. I don't think he's aware of. If it is a disenchant, it's a very bad play at this moment.
I think they already discussed it, so he knows he can't really destroy any artifacts. So,
Yeah, okay.
So I'm guessing that it's. I actually don't know what it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's the sinkhole. Yeah.
Takes the strip mine.
Yeah.
Who's playing? The one with the legacy playmat is Chriastian Jensen, and the other one is Friis Løfting, aka Gandalf the Dark, who's also putting out YouTube videos. So.
But I think it's it's very bad, because now he can get the mind twist and totally take control of the game.
Yeah.
Because right now he has complete control over the board with the Guardian Beast and the active Chaos Orb, and with the mind twist he can, because his opponent has tapped out, except for his Mistress Factory, he can take control of the hand as well. So
copy artifact for Chaos.
No, he takes a copy artifact. So it's win more.
Yeah.
Så kører jeg de der 2.
This is also very, very uphill.
Jeg må se ind.
Yeah.
Do something i hvert fald.
Ja.
The Juicington is gone, and then the second one targets
Underground Sea.
Yeah.
His access to blue mana. Also gone. Wow.
Og så er det din tur.
And you, even though that, okay, he could get bounced back with a dust to dust right about now, but it's pretty tough if you do the mind twist, the time twister, and you don't get any of your Swords to Plowshare.
Yeah. Now he's tapping the white and some extra. Oh no. Another Juicem.
Yeah.
Ja. Og det var det.
Okay.
So would you go for the Juicem right now, or would you go for the mana?
I think I would go for the mana, because the Juicem's not a threat right now.
Yeah, because you can just block it with the factory, right, and it doesn't die.
Yeah, but then again, you have, why not take his creature, and you would assume that he would take the 2 white mana just to make. No, he doesn't. Because if you take the 2 white mana, you're going to be sure that you have protected your combo for, well, from Swords to Plowshare and Dust to Dust, and you can just do whatever you want the turn after that.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't die from an attack by the Juicem Djinn.
Yeah. And because you can just use the factory, right? Because then it becomes an artifact and it doesn't die because of the Guardian Beast.
No. That's not what the Guardian Beast does. You can't protect your creatures. It only takes non-creature artifacts.
Only non-creature.
Yeah, so his creatures aren't protected by a Guardian Beast. Okay, so he plays
Non-creature artifacts. Okay, yeah. Then he has to take it every time.
Yeah.
Ja, men det er ikke dem, jeg har brug for.
Du har brug for en dust to dust eller et eller andet.
Men jeg kan jo ikke... Nej, den kan godt virke på dem, eller hvad?
Den remover dem.
Ja, okay.
Now they're talking about dust to dust, and
Så er det dig.
Yeah, because it exiles
yeah.
the two.
So it sounds like he has one on hand or something.
If he has a dust to dust in hand, it's pretty weird he hadn't played it on. Only if he doesn't know that it exiles them.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a huge turning point, because then he wouldn't have been able to remove all those Jusumchins.
Og der kan man simpelthen ikke bruge sådan en her.
Oh, he has a disenchant.
Nej, det tror jeg ikke. Jeg tror ikke, nej, den er untapped.
Det er det.
Yeah, it's a very good flip practice he has right now.
Det er bare din tur. Jeg kører den langsomt.
But it looks like that this game is pretty much over, because
yeah, but he still has access to the 2 white mana, so as long as they're not removed.
But he still has 2 Chaos Orbs on the board.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if he gets rid of the Guardian Beast, which isn't very likely at the moment.
One red mana for shoot for 3, yes.
Yeah. But now he should go after the 2 white mana, right?
Yeah. The fun thing is, if you look at the graveyard of the Disco Troll Guardian Beast combo deck player, his card is not all the same way. It's like, it's random.
Yeah.
So this one is like upside down, you know?
Yeah.
So this is really kitchen time, kitchen table magic, you know? From the young days where, the cards were cards, and some was one way, some was the other way. So that's really in the spirit of old school. Okay, he just passes the turn back.
Yeah, but it's weird. He hasn't anything he can do. He has a disenchant in his hand, and you would assume if he could have done anything, he would have done it by now.
Trisk.
Yeah.
Bruger jeg en Chaos Orb?
Ja.
Jeg flipper mod på den der. Ja. Eller jeg skyder bare på min copy artifact.
Ja.
Og så mod din Mishra's Factory.
Ja.
Then the factory. Yes.
Den rammer. Og så angriber jeg med
Then one Guardian Beast attacks. And it's 2 for the Guardian Beast.
Disenchanter din skill igen.
Mana drain.
Disenchant the Trisk. Mana drain.
And he forgot to put on the free counters on the Trisk, but I don't think it matters.
4, 8 damage, 19, 11, so you can kill him now.
Yeah, he also has the factory.
But of course he should have flipped the mana. Okay, then he died.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Ja, ærgerligt.
Oh, that's just for.
Yeah, the Swords to Plowshares was a long way down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tak for spillet.
Ja, tak for spillet. Det var fedt.
Very, very tough.
Yeah.
Guardian Beast Chaos combo.
But a fun match to see. But it also shows the powerhouse
Yeah.
the combo is with the Guardian Beast and the Chaos Orb if you get it online.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Hvor det har sådan den der.
But yeah.
Well,
So,
yeah, I would like to say thank you for another fun match.
yeah.
And it's always fun to commentate with you, Simon.
Very good. I also like talking to you, Storm, because here it is just a friendly talk, you know?
Yeah.
And I like that. Also, when we have the audience on the chat, it's very nice to be able to interact with people. Also, in these times, I think we have to have something in our life that we get happy about. And for me, that's old school. So thank you for that, everybody. And I'm guessing, yeah, subscribe to the channel, then you'll know next time we're online with more Magic content. But in these days, it's almost daily that we have a match in the Danish Old School online tournament. But yeah.
Så jeg tog dermed også det her med, vi kunne have Maces, og ja, det var en overføring af Red Blast.
But have a nice night, and then we'll say goodbye.
Jeg tænkte, at jeg skulle spille mod dit dæk, det var egentlig, at jeg bare var bange for, at
Yeah, good night.
lynhurtigt use om det.
Det er ikke sådan, det jo gerne skulle køre, ikke? At man får nogle...
Nå, du kunne også